I had a long drive recently, and I was listening to this book by Juan Bandana. First off, Juan, I know I'm saying your name wrong, your last name wrong, so I apologize for that. But it's an amazing book. And it got me thinking about confidence and what is it and where does it come from and how can you have more of it? And I ended up melding this theory of what he was writing in the book and what I had experienced in my own life. And I just thought it was a fun, cool theory that I wanted to share with you all. Keep in mind, it's just a theory. I'm still working on it, but I thought you might want to hear it. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Let's get into it. All right, let's start by defining what is the difference between someone who's unconfident and someone who's confident. Well, it all comes down to what do you think about the future? So, someone who's unconfident thinks the future is going to go pretty poorly. They're negative, pessimistic towards the future. For example, if you look at a quarterback, right? An unconfident quarterback is going to go, oh gosh, this game is not going to go well. I'm probably going to throw a couple picks. This team is really good. I don't think I'm going to have a good game. I think we're going to lose. Someone who's, not very confident, socially is going to go, oh, I really want to go talk to that person, make a new friend, but I don't think they're going to like me. Or, that guy is super cute, but he's probably not going to like me. I'll probably say something stupid and get rejected. They think the future is going to go really poorly, and that can happen for a lot of reasons. But the baseline difference is unconfident people go, okay, the future, not going to go well. Now let's reverse that. What does a confident person do? They go, okay, the future is going to go pretty well. Joe Burrow, when he's in a football game, is probably walking to the stadium going, yeah, I'm going to win this football game. I'm going to throw some touchdowns. It's going to go well. Right? Someone who's super confident and extroverted is going to go, oh, dude, I can talk to anyone and it's going to go well. They're going to like me. I could approach any person at a party and strike up a conversation, right? Whatever area of life it is. It could be work. It could be socially. It could be personally. Confident people go, okay, the future is bright and it's going to go well. So that's part one. Part two is, what difference does that make? Well, what happens, I believe, is because unconfident people believe the future is not going to work out, all they start doing is thinking about it over and over and over again. Why? Because it's our natural human instinct to survive. Like, that's what we're meant to do. Our brains are not meant to thrive and make $1 billion and be happy. Our brains are meant to keep us alive. Thousands of years ago, that's all that mattered. It's don't get eaten by a predator. Don't eat something poisonous. Don't fall off a cliff. That's what our brains are wired towards, is negative things and avoiding them. So what happens is, if you're unconfident and you think to yourself, the future does not look good, your brain is going to obsess over that because it's scared that you're going to get hurt, right? Physically, it's like, you cannot get hurt. You can't die. And it's going to consistently bombard you and say, don't do that. Don't do that. That is not going to go well. That is not good for your safety. And so one of two things happen. Either you don't do it because subconsciously your brain is yelling at you, hey, don't do that, you're going to get hurt. Or two, you do it and it doesn't go well because all you're thinking of is these negative thoughts and your brain subconsciously sabotaging you, right? If we look on the other end and you look at confident people, well, what happens? They go, the future is bright. And your brain goes, okay, cool. I don't really care. Right? Your brain isn't concerned with the mega happiness and, the success you're about to have. It just cares about keeping you alive. And so it goes, cool, I don't really care. And it turns it off. It doesn't really think about it, right? It's not thinking about going up and talking to that person and obsessing over that idea. It's not thinking about this football game that's about to happen in a couple hours and obsessing over that idea. It's not thinking and obsessing over the big presentation you have in 8 hours, right? It just turns it off because it's like, it's going to go well, whatever. I have negative things to focus on. And so when those confident people turn up at those events, they do really well because they're super present and their instincts are kicking in, right? They're not worried. They're not overthinking. They're in the moment. That leads me to part three. How do you get from unconfident to confident? Now, this is a combination of what I was playing around in my head and also what Juan Bandana taught in his book, Confidence by Choice. I highly recommend you go check it out. What I think is you have to have a combination of two things. The first is competence. You have to be good at the thing. If you're good at the thing, you're going to feel a lot better about it, right? Joe Burrow feels great about being a quarterback because he's put so much time and effort in, right? He won a Heisman. He almost won a Super Bowl. He has experience winning. He knows what he's doing. Someone who's gone up in a social setting and made friends over and over and over again knows they can do it. They have experience, they have reps, they're good at it. They practiced. I do public speaking a lot, and I feel confident when I go up to public speak. Why? Because I've done it over and over again, and I've fallen on my face, and I've gotten better, and I've built up competence. I've built up skill. Okay? The more skill you have, the easier it is going to get to an extent of feeling positive about the future, right? Remember, that's the goal. Is I want to feel positive about the future. And if you're good at what you do, you're going to feel more positive about the future. The second part is you have to have belief in your ability to do things in general and in your self-worth. Competence can only get you so far. There has to be a wholeness to you that says to yourself, look, I believe in my self-worth. I believe in who I am. I believe in my ability to do things even if I'm not an expert. And that creates more of a whole confidence that's not solely built upon competence, right? You can be confident without having a lot of skill, but if you bring them together, that's the best of both worlds. I think when people say fake it till you make it, that's what they're talking about. Of like, hey, believe in your self-worth, believe that you can do anything, right? And that does play a factor in it. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in what you can do, but also want to be competent, right? Because like it just makes it so much easier. And when you're in the moment, in the heat of battle, like you want to be able to draw on memories of like, okay, like I know what I'm doing. I have the skill. And also I believe in myself. I believe that I'll figure it out. And I believe that if shit goes south, I'm going to be okay because I have really strong self-worth. My lisp there. So to summarize that, it's this. Unconfident people feel pessimistic about the future. Confident people feel optimistic about the future. When you feel pessimistic about the future, your brain tries to protect you and it thinks and obsesses over it, and it leads to an action because it doesn't want you to get hurt. Or if you do it, it doesn't go good. It doesn't go very well because you've obsessed about the negative future that is about to happen. And if you're optimistic, it goes pretty well because your brain shuts off, doesn't think about it until the moment, and your instincts kick in, you're super present, and it goes much better. And then to get from unconfident to confident, what you have to do is build your competence, be good at what you're actually doing, because that helps you feel confident in the future. And then two, you have to build a wholeness type of confidence where you believe in your ability to do things, even if you're not quite an expert, you know that you'll figure it out either way. And you believe in your own self-worth. And no matter what happens, that you're an important human being and everything's going to be okay. I've been playing around with that idea the last couple of days. I thought it was really cool. I've been, kind of taking that into areas of my life where I'm not super confident. I'm super curious to hear what you all think about it. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Huge shout out to Juan Bandana. That is, a lot of what I just said, is inspiration based on his book and what he was talking about. And obviously, I'm paraphrasing and mixing ideas together. Those are not his exact words. Go read his book, Confidence by Choice, to see more. It's an amazing book. And let me know next time. I hope that this was helpful.